was the topic or what was expressed to you by Conrad Murray at this meeting?
He was upset that I didn't allow Michael to rehearse the night before and that I sent him home. And he was upset that he said I should stop trying to be an amateur doctor and psychologist and be the director and allow Michael's health to him. And
those were the words of Conrad Murray?
As close as I can remember them, yes.
And let me back up for a minute. You said, first you said he was upset that you did not let Michael rehearse.
Right.
And did you respond to that?
I did. I said it wasn't my choice, even though I agreed with it entirely.
You agreed that Michael should not have rehearsed?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It was Michael's request to sit out and watch the show, and I felt that was a far safer place for him to be.
Okay. But according to what Conrad Murray was relaying to you, this upset Conrad Murray?
Well, yes.
And then he told you words to the effect of, don't act like a doctor or amateur psychologist.
Yes.
Direct the show and leave Michael's health to me.
Yes.
How did you respond to that?
He also assured me, if I may, that Michael's...
The objection sustained. The last answer is stricken. Disregarded.
What was your question, please, sir?
Re-ask.
I'll re-ask. What did Conrad Murray, what did he assure you?
That Michael was physically and emotionally capable of handling all of his responsibilities for the show.
And how did you respond?
I was shocked.
Why?
Because Michael didn't appear to me to be physically or emotionally stable at that moment.
From that prior night?
Yeah.
What was Conrad Murray's general demeanor as he made these statements to you?
It was stern.
Were you defending yourself? Were you responding in kind, or?
Yes.
Okay. And how did Conrad Murray respond to that?
Well, I said to Michael, Michael, please tell the doctor that's not the way it went down. I didn't ask you not to perform, and I didn't send you home, that this was something that we agreed on together. And Michael said, yes, that's what happened.
Yes, agreeing with you?
Yes.
Okay. In Dr. Murray's presence?
Yes.
Okay. And what happened after that, if you recall?
Michael told me that he was ready to take the reins, that I should not be afraid, that he was perfectly capable of handling the responsibilities. He wanted to do it, you know, wanted me to stay at his side, told me to believe in him. And I told him I loved him. I was concerned for his health and safety. He said, I know that. You know, I said, that's the only reason why, you know, I brought these things up, because I care about you and I don't want any ill harm to fall upon you. And he said, I'm fine, Kenny, I promise you. And he gave me a hug, and I left Carrollwood.
Okay. After hugging Michael?
Yes.
Following that meeting then of Saturday, June 20th, was the next rehearsal the Tuesday, June 23rd, 2009?
Yes.
Okay. So those days in between, that Sunday the 21st, Monday the 22nd, there's no rehearsal those days?
It was a load-in, I believe, to the Staples Center.
Okay. And of course, that same day, Saturday, there was no rehearsal that day as well?
Correct. I don't know if Michael rehearsed privately, but
Okay.
there wasn't a called rehearsal.
Okay.
Sometimes Michael rehearsed privately.
Going then to Tuesday, June 23rd, 2009, was Michael in the same condition he had been on Friday, June 19th?
No.
Okay. What was his demeanor? What was his condition on Tuesday, June 23rd?
He entered into rehearsal full of energy, full of desire to work, full of enthusiasm, and it was a different Michael.
The following day, which would be Wednesday, June 24th, did Michael show up for rehearsal that day?
He did.
And again, what was his demeanor, condition?
The same.
The same as the night prior?
Yes.
Okay. Involved?
Full participant in both rehearsals and other areas of production.
Going back for a moment to June 23rd, do you remember a production, Michael performing The Way You Make Me Feel?
Yes.
Okay. And then on June 24th was one of the rehearsal numbers, the Earth Song?
Yes.
Stand by.
Do you remember a conversation with
Our coverage of the Michael Jackson manslaughter trial continues here on HLN's special report. Kenny Ortega on the witness stand with some very compelling testimony, painting Conrad Murray in a very bad light.
Very successful days at rehearsal, and Michael was feeling great, and he looked at me and he asked me if I was happy, and I said I was happy, and I asked him if he was happy, and he said he was very happy.
Welcome back to HLN's special report and our live coverage of the trial of the man accused of killing Michael Jackson. The first witness for the prosecution still on direct. We take you in live.
That we lost him.
And you learned,
Mr. Walker, at a convenient point, let me know for purposes of the mid-afternoon break.
and you learned through that phone call that Michael had been pronounced dead?
Yes.
What did you do at the Staples Center at that time?
It took a while for me to even feel my feet on the ground, and it was clear that everyone in the room was getting text messages and phone calls, and that the word had spread, and I called everyone to the floor, the entire company that was there, everyone from backstage, the entire cast, and we all joined in a circle, and I informed them of Michael's passing.
This is a good time to break, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take the mid-afternoon break. As always, please follow to the letter my orders regarding your conduct, and we'll take about a 15-minute break at this time. Thank you. Watch your step down, please.
All right, when you see that seal, that means that the jury has left the courtroom, and it's time for us to talk about what we've seen. And my goodness, we've seen a lot already today. A big day inside.
2009, documenting the song "The Way You Make Me Feel."
As People's 2?
People's 2, Your Honor.
People's 2. Overruled.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Ortega, have you previously identified this particular track I'm about to play, this particular performance, "The Way You Make Me Feel," as the one that was performed on June 23rd, 2009?
Yes.
You have the lights dim, please.
Yes, we will. I don't know about more than that series. Do you want the other bank?
That's probably good.
Is that okay with the jurors? I can hardly see you. All right. Thank you.
May I proceed, Your Honor?
You may.
Mr. Ortega, I'm going to just play this straight through, and then I may have some follow-up questions of you. one question would be, where's the mute button? Let me,
Stand by.
apologize. Your Honor. This one we did earlier.
It's always a bad combination. Lawyers and AV equipment. Right
Always.
now, they're
Why don't-
having a problem.
Shouldn't we be hiring an associate who knows how to work these things?
But you know what this does? This is a dim-lit courtroom, and the reverence that it gives to the prosecution.
that's a good point.
I mean, I was in there, and it's dimly lit at this point. You see Michael Jackson on the screen. It allows the jurors to reflect upon someone who was an icon that is not living anymore.
Here we go. They got the audio working. Let's listen in.
It's okay now. It was a little too soon.
Yeah, I agree, Michael.
Yeah.
I think let's ask them back.
Yeah. You know, so totally nourished by it, you know?
MJ will also have a fan there, right there in the center.
I'm trying to hear you say it again.
There'll be a fan right there at the, off the stage for you. Boom, right there.
Mr. Ortega, the rehearsal performance we just saw, that is from June 23rd?
Yes.
Okay. And the dancers that Michael is performing with, what is their average age?
18 to 24.
And did that video clip there accurately reflect Michael's kind of demeanor, overall demeanor that night as you described on June 23rd?
That night, yes.
Okay. And off camera, there was, at the end, there was a voice being heard. It sounded like your voice. Was that you?
Yes.
Okay. And at the point where Michael is speaking and he appears to look behind him and he says something, words to the effect of, "That's okay, that's why we rehearse." Did you hear that?
Yes.
To whom is he speaking? Do you know?
He's talking to the band leader.
Okay.
He's talking to Michael Bearden, the band leader.
Okay. There was some mistake made or something. He said, "That's okay, that's why we rehearse."
Yes, there were a few bars of music that should have been there and they weren't, and Michael was asking them for them back.
Okay. I want to go now to June 24th. If I could have the lights again, please.
Thank you.
And I do have one question, Mr. Ortega. This performance from June 24th, 2009 of Earth Song, was this in fact Michael's last performance of any kind on stage?
It was a rehearsal, and it was his last rehearsal.
May I proceed, Your Honor?